My 9th birthday was the best one ever. I got a Transformers set with Bumblebee and Megatron, an absolutely incredible Optimus Prime cake my mom baked from scratch, and a pair of walkie-talkies. Dad said he'd played with those same walkie-talkies when he was a kid. "Sometimes, son," he told me, patting my shoulder, "the old toys are the best ones. You wouldn't believe how much fun I had with these when I was your age. Now I want you to have that same fun." At first I wasn't sure what to make of the walkie-talkies, but they won me over fast. Dad always kept one with him, and I kept the other, and we'd talk to each other like we were Autobots on a secret mission. "Bumblebee, this is Optimus," he'd say. Dad already did an amazing Optimus Prime voice, and the walkie-talkie's crackle made it even better. "I believe the Decepticons are planning an attack on the kitchen. They're after your lunch." I'd gasp in mock terror. "Oh no, Optimus, what do we do?" Dad would giggle. He loved my Bumblebee voice. "They've already made a move on the fish sticks, but if you get here fast, we can still save Starscream's chocolate ice cream. I'll be there at the speed of light, Optimus." Then we'd both say it at the same time. Autobots, roll out. What started as a throw-in gift ended up being one of my favorites. We played with those walkie-talkies for hours, in the house, at the park, even at night. If I got scared by the weird sounds that sometimes came from the basement, all I had to do was grab the walkie-talkie and press the button. Then I'd hear Dad's Optimus Prime voice and feel safe again. But 2 weeks later, something awful happened. Dad had ordered soundproofing installed in a few rooms so Mum could practice her violin, and while the workers were in the house, Dad's walkie-talkie disappeared. Gone. No trace of it. Sad, I cried for a while, even though I was a big kid. I'd loved playing that game with Dad so much, and the idea that we couldn't do it anymore really got to me. He said he'd buy new ones soon, but that didn't help much. Then one day something strange happened. I was playing with my Transformers figures in my room when I heard the walkie-talkie chirp from under the bed, like someone trying to reach me. I'd shoved my walkie-talkie under there after Dad's went missing and hadn't touched it since. I dropped my toys and grabbed it. I pressed the receive button and heard a little girl about my age. She sounded desperate, fearful. "Please, I need help. Come save me." She sounded like a wounded puppy. "What kind of help?" I asked. My stomach had gone tight. I didn't feel like Bumblebee anymore. She was crying softly, like she was in real pain. Crying. "A monster cut off my hand yesterday. Last week he cut off my leg when I tried to run away. How do you have my walkie-talkie?" Whisper. "I don't know. It's so dark in here. I'm scared. I want my mum and dad." Now I was genuinely frightened. Nervous. "Where are you?" Fearful. "I don't know. The monster took me from my house and brought me here. He wears a white mask and carries a big knife. I think I'm going to die if I don't see a doctor. Please, help." Then a creaking sound, like a door opening, and the walkie-talkie went silent. She'd taken her finger off the button. I never heard from the girl again after that. It seemed like a stupid, mean prank. But I kept the walkie-talkie close just in case she called back. I was worried about her. A week later, the walkie-talkie chirped again. I pressed the receive button with a trembling finger. "Bumblebee, this is Optimus." Dad's voice, bright and happy. "Guess who found your walkie-talkie?" Excited, I shrieked with excitement. Dad was beaming when he walked into the room. He held up the walkie-talkie and clicked the button a few times to show it still worked perfectly. I ran over and hugged him. "Where did you find it?" "It was just sitting in the basement. Must have fallen out of my pocket the last time I was down there." I laughed and squeezed him tight, and he squeezed me back. My dad is the best.